Hi, I'm Ali. Thanks for joining this Moving Mountains yoga practice. This practice is a really good way to release any stress from travel. So when you're ready, come onto your mat. You'll need one block and come down to lie down. Start to bend into your knees, bring your feet wide and let your knees drop in and touch one another. Place your hands to your belly, close the eyes and just start to notice how you feel. So just noticing any physical tension that you've built up from your travel, any tension through the jaw, through the face, in the chest, and the shoulders. And then just keep working your awareness down through the spine, the pelvis, and down through the legs until you reach the soles of your feet. And just start now to notice your breath. And begin to take a nice easy breath in through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. And again, an easy breath in through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. Take that once more, easy breath in and then pause at the top of the inhale, hold your breath. And now exhale, release all the breath out. Start to open your eyes and walk your feet closer in towards one another. Extend your legs out long onto the mat and reach your arms up and overhead. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up and out behind you. Now flex into your feet and then point through the toes. And then flex the feet and then point through the toes. And then when you're ready, you'll lift the right leg up and place it over to the right side of your mat. And then take the left leg directly on top of it. Now take a hold of your left wrist and then arc the torso over towards the right side. So it's like you're in the shape of a banana here. Keep drawing the pinky toe sides of the feet back towards you as well. And then just breathing into the left side to open and lengthen through the psoas muscles. Take one more breath. And then just come back through center, take a moment, and then lift the left leg, take it over to the left side of the mat, and then place the right leg directly on top of it. Take a hold of the right wrist, and then arc the torso over towards the left side. Now really breathe and lengthen into your right side. Open up the rib cage. Take one more cycle of breath, and then come back through center. Hug your right knee into your chest, wrap both hands around the knee or down towards the ankle. And then again, encourage the right knee to come up closer towards the chest. Now extend your left leg long, flex into the left foot. And now take the knee a bit wider so it's more in line with the right armpit. Again, encourage that left thigh down. Now bend the left knee, place the left foot onto the mat and take your right foot across that left thigh. Hug the left thigh in towards you and interlace the fingers around the back of the thigh. Good. Spread through the sit bones, spread through the lower back. Rock a little here from side to side. And then keep this whole setup, but rock over onto your left side until the right foot touches the mat. Take a hold of the ankle with the left hand and now open up with your right arm coming into a twist. So really think you're trying to point the eye of the right kneecap up towards the sky. Drop into your breath, inhale into the right rib cage, and then exhale, let the right arm get heavier into the mat. And again, inhale into the right rib cage, and then exhale, the right arm gets heavy. Take one more breath here, and then just come back through center and release both feet down to the mat. Again, extend your legs out nice and long onto the mat. And now take the left knee in towards you. Both hands come around the knee or closer down towards the ankle. Hug the left knee tightly in towards the chest and really drive that right thigh down. Now take the left knee more in line with the left armpit and then again, encourage the right thigh down. Take another breath here. And now bend the right knee, place the right foot onto the mat, draw your left foot across the right thigh, and then hug the right knee in towards you and interlace the fingers behind the back of the thigh. Thread the needle pose. Keep drawing that left thigh away from you, keep softening through the shoulders, and now start to rock a little side to side. And then rock the whole way onto your right side until the left foot comes down towards the ground. Point the left knee up towards the sky. So it's like you're trying to lengthen the left knee away from you. And now open up with this left arm for a twist, maybe looking towards the left wrist here. So you'll inhale deeply into the left rib cage, and then exhale, let the left arm get heavy down into the mat. And again, big inhale and long exhale. Take one more cycle of breath here. And then start to make your way back through center. Release both feet down to the mat. Notice how the left and the right sides feel. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock a little side to side, massaging through the lower back. Now roll to your right hand side and then make your way up to a seated position. Cross your shins out in front of you and activate through your feet. Then come onto your fingertips here and start to rock side to side as you start to come forward with the fingertips in the chest. So nice little easy rocks here to figure out how the glutes are feeling. And then when you're ready, just start to walk the fingertips back in and underneath you. Sit up on to your seat, take your hands to your knees and start to make circles here around with the spine. You can close your eyes and then just switching the direction. Good. And then come through center, reach both arms up to the sky. We'll take a twist here. So take a big inhale and then exhale, take your right hand to your left thigh, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and then exhale, twist the chest to the left side. And again, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twisting. Come back up through center, reach your arms up and overhead, and just wiggle here a little side to side, getting more space into the rib cage. Now take a big inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to right thigh, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist the chest to the right. And again, inhale, grow through the crown of the head, and then exhale, twisting. Come back through center, reach your arms up and overhead. And then take your hands by your side, take your legs out in front of you. Hold on to the backs of the thighs here. We'll start to alternate the legs to open up the knees. So extend your right toes up to the sky and then switch left toes. And just keep alternating here. Try to lengthen through the spine. Keep holding the backs of the thighs. Take one more cycle. And then cross your shins, roll over the legs, come to your hands and knees into your tabletop position. Spread the fingers really nice and wide, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then on an inhale, drop the belly, open the chest and the throat. And then exhale, belly button to spine as you round. And again, inhale, drop belly, open chest, open throat. And then exhale, really round into the back body. Take one more cycle, inhaling. And then really exhale, lengthen. Come back into your neutral spine. Tuck your toes under and then sit back onto your heels to open up through the soles of the feet. Take your forearms out in front of you. On an inhale, reach up and then open through the elbows and then exhale, rounding. And again, inhale, reach up, open the elbows and then exhale, round. Take that once more. Inhale, open up and then exhale, rounding. Come forward to your hands and knees. Release the tops of the feet, maybe give them a little tap. And then from your hands and knees, you'll just start to tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up, come into your downward facing dog. Start to pedal into your legs, bending one knee, straightening into the other. Shifting the weight from hand to hand and from foot to foot. And then find some stillness with your feet. Drive your hands forward and then have a small bend in your knees and draw your thighs up and back. Take one more big cycle of breath here. And then walk your hands towards your feet. So you're folding over your legs at the back of your mat. Have a soft bend in the knees. Grab onto opposite elbow here. And then just sway from side to side. Rocking here side to side. Take another breath and then releasing your hands down. Take your right fingertips underneath your face. If you can't reach, take a block underneath the right hand and then take your left hand to your lower back. Now inhale, lift up halfway and then exhale, twist towards the left hand side and reach your left arm up to the sky. The right knee can be bent here, left leg straight. Grow through the crown of the head. Take one more breath. And then reach that left arm forward out in front of you. Take the left fingertips underneath your face. Take the right hand to the lower back. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, twist towards the right. Reach your right arm up to the sky. You can bend into the left knee here, but really grow through the crown of the head. Imagine your spine is on a spit here. Take one more big cycle of breath. And now reach the right arm out in front of you and release the right fingertips down. Start to walk the fingertips a couple of inches out in front of you. Bend your knees, stick your seat out, and then drag the fingertips back towards you. Look out in front of you. Get more space into the side body. And now walk your hands forward, come into downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, come forward into a high plank pose. Drop your right shin down, ground into your left foot. Now take your right hand underneath the right armpit and then reach the left arm up towards the sky. Take a couple of big circles here with that left arm to open up the upper back, to get space into the shoulder blade, and then switch direction. Good, and then just take another cycle of breath. And now release the left hand down. Come to your hands and knees into your tabletop position. Take the right hand underneath the face, open up to the sky with the left arm again, and now twist, thread the left hand behind the right arm. Come onto the right fingertips, have the right wrist underneath the right elbow, and then just stay here and breathe and twist. Use the breath to twist deeper. Take another cycle of breath. And then just coming back to your hands and knees into your tabletop position. Take your hands nice and wide, so your hands are to the left and the right side of your mat. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, drop the right shoulder down, look to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down, look to the right. And again, inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Come back through center. Take your hands underneath your armpits. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Come into downward facing dog. Come forward into a high plank and then drop your left shin down to the mat. Ground into the right foot, left wrist underneath the left armpit, and then reach up to the sky with this right arm. Let your pelvis come about an inch forward. And then big circles here with that right arm. Feel that you're opening up the upper back, more space into the shoulder blades. Good, and then switch the direction. Take another breath. And then come back to your hands and your knees. Take the left hand underneath your face, open up to the sky with this right arm, look up, and now thread the right hand behind the left, coming into your twist here. Come onto your left fingertips, bring the right side of your face down to the mat, and then twist a bit deeper on every exhale. Really press down through the left hand. Take one more breath, and then come back into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, hips come up and high, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands now. Feet are hip distance apart, toes point forward. On an inhale, take your hands to your shins and lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold into your legs. And again, inhale, just lifting halfway. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Take that once more. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, you're folding. Release your hands, step back into your downward facing dog. Drop your knees down to the mat and then reach your right leg out behind you. Place your right foot in between your hands. Come onto your fingertips here and then just walk your fingertips out in front of you any amount. The right knee will be in that right armpit. And now gently bow your head down. Let your belly soften. Let the upper body just sink into the lower body. Take another breath here. And now walk your hands in and underneath you. Start to straighten into your right leg. Flex the right foot, draw the toes up to your face. Drag the heel back towards you. And then rebend into the right knee. Release your left hand down. Open up to the sky with this right arm. And then reach the right fingertips out behind you. Twist here, a bit deeper on every exhale. Take one more cycle of breath. And then reach the right arm up and overhead, release the right hand. Step back into your tabletop position. Come onto your fingertips here. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, draw the right ear and the right hip towards one another. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, left ear, left hip. Inhale through center and then release the hands down. Take the left leg out behind you and then place the left foot in between your hands. Come onto your fingertips here. Gaze out in front of you and then walk the fingertips out. Have your left knee in the left armpit here, just to protect the knee from moving out too much. And then slowly bow your head down. Let your pelvis just soften here. The whole upper body is just sinking into the lower body. Take another breath. And now walk the hands in and underneath you. Begin to straighten into the left leg, flex into the left foot, draw the toes back towards your face. And then rebend into the left knee. Take your right fingertips down to the mat and then open up to the sky with this left arm. And then reach the left arm out behind you. So you're really twisting here up towards the sky. Take one more big cycle of breath. And then reach the left arm up and overhead. Take the left hand to frame that left foot. Step back, come into your tabletop position. And then tuck your toes, come into a downward facing dog. Just take one big cycle of breath here. And now come forward into your high plank pose. Drop down onto your knees, come down onto your forearms, and then just gently let your pelvis and your legs release down. Spread the fingers nice and wide. You're in a sphinx pose here. And then drag the forearms back towards you and try to split your mat in two with your forearms. So the forearms are moving east to west. On your next inhale, draw your chin towards your chest, and then exhale, look up towards the sky. And again, inhale, take your chin to your chest, and then exhale, look up to the sky. Now take your right forearm out in front of you, draw the left heel to the left sit bone, reach back with the left hand, take a hold of the foot, and then walk the right forearm forward and drop your forehead to the right forearm. Lift your left knee up, lengthen the knee to the back of your mat, and then release the thigh down. Soften your belly, stay here and breathe. Take one more cycle of breath and then release the foot and switch sides. Left forearm across, right heel to sit bone. Reach back with the right hand. Take the heel to the seat. Drop your forehead to the left forearm. And now lift the right knee up, lengthen it out behind you, and then stay here and breathe. Really let your belly soften. Direct your breath low into the lower belly. Take another breath. And then releasing. Take your hands by your side ribs. Tuck your toes under. Lift your seat back to your heels. Give your feet a nice stretch. Child's pose variation. And then come forward to a tabletop. Release the feet and now take your legs out in front of you. Take the soles of your feet together. Knees drop out wide. Draw the hands behind you. Lift your seat up and now take the seat to the heels. From here, the right hand comes to the mid-right thigh. Take the thigh flesh to the knee and now twist your chest towards this left thigh. Breathe low into the lower back here. Take one more breath and then switch it out. Left hand to the mid-left thigh. Draw the thigh flesh away and then open up to this right thigh with your chest so you're twisting. Breathe here. Take another breath and then come back through center. Hug your knees in towards your chest and then really give yourself a little squeeze here, drawing the chin towards the knees. Good, release it out. Take one of your blocks with you as you come to lie onto your back. Once you're there, bend the knees, plant the feet down onto the mat, and then start to lift your seat up and place your block on its lowest height underneath your seat. Extend your right leg out onto the mat, extend your left leg out onto the mat, and then reach your arms up and overhead. Your feet are flexed, so your toes are pointing up to the sky. And then just Breathing nice and deeply here. Close into your eyes, opening up the whole front body. Get more length into the sides of the waist. Take one more cycle of breath. And bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Now just let your knees drop in and touch one another. Place your hands by your side now. And then you can take your arms into your robot arms. So you bend at the elbows, fingertips point up to the sky. Separate your knees and extend your right leg up, and then extend your left leg up. Knees are nice and bent. Feet are nice and relaxed. Close your eyes. And take a few moments here to let the legs release. The feet, the heels, the calves, hamstring muscles. Feel the toes just draining here. Take another breath. And then bend the knees, release the feet down to the mat. Lift your seat, remove the block, place your seat back down, place your hands to your belly, and just let the knees drop in and touch one another. The eyes can close. The breath is moving more naturally now. You're allowing the breath to breathe you. Notice any areas that you can soften, and just start to feel the muscles on the face release. The eyes get heavier, the brain melts into the back of the skull. And just allow yourself to lean into your back body. Lean into that support. When you're ready, start to deepen your breath and start to bring some life back into the body. Take one last big stretch. So extend the legs, reach the arms up and overhead, and then hug the knees into the chest. Roll to your right hand side and then come up to a nice comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Take your hands to a prayer, thumbs at the center of your chest. Take an easy breath in and then an easy breath out. Namaste.